Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. This is Project Life 2024. Today I am working on week 9, and I've pre-chosen all of my papers and everything, and I've actually done some die cutting today. So I grabbed a couple of my brand new dies that I haven't used to create these beautiful layered daisies. I picked this one because it kind of matches the shape of these flowers. Sorry, there's a little someone really running amok. This is, excuse me for a moment. The fur children needed to be separated. So, as I was saying, this layout is going to be very minimally embellished. What did you just kick over here onto the layout, you little turkey? Something just dropped off, yeah? Yeah, that it's going to be very minimal because I find it quite busy. So the plan is to basically leave it as is and then just add these little pieces. So I will put you on fast forward while I get embellishing and while these two continue the wrestling match. So I haven't sped this video up at all. As I said, I'm going very minimal with my embellishments, but I thought I might come on and explain my process a little bit. So normally what I do when I'm prepping a page, I will print all of my photos off first, and that usually takes half hour maybe. And then I tend to grab all of my scraps and all of my cards, and I try to find a color or like a dominant icon in my photos, and then I use that to inspire the page. So in this case, the colors in the flowers, particularly that bouquet that has the orange in it, were the inspiration for the page. And I also happened to have that DIY title card that I had done, which was a bunch of 2x6 scraps put on a 4x6 card, and then I just dry embossed that white rectangle in the middle, and I let it be. So I decided to use that because a lot of that fuchsia magenta color were in the photos. So that's kind of how this layout came together. And then because there was so much color, and actually quite a few photos, I decided to do my journaling on my computer and just printed it off. Nothing fancy. It was just Google Docs. And I think I changed the ink color to, I think it might have been a dark blue maybe, and printed it off and put it down. And honestly, that was more or less it. For me, what takes the most time is choosing my cards and looking through all of my pattern papers. And of course, if I'm die cutting, that also tends to take some time. Something else I did for this page was I took the 3x4 photos, which I always print so that they have a border, so they're a little small. And I put them on just white copy paper so that every photo on this layout has a very thin white border. So it ties together really well that way. And I really like it. I mean, this is probably one of my busier layouts, but as I said, it was kind of inspired by the flower photos. So yeah, and that flower die that I talked about at the beginning of the video, I think was just a Temu purchase, and it's been sitting in my stash since the summer. I didn't really grab it and use it yet, so I thought, what other layout could I do it on? And I went with white daisies, of course, again, because the layout was so very busy. So yeah, that's kind of my process. All right, friends, week 9 is all finished. As I said, I did very minimal embellishments on this because the page is very colorful and very busy. So this took me less than 5 minutes to do, but of course I did all my choosing my papers and everything off camera, so you didn't have to watch my indecisiveness. What I did want to do is come on and show you, I did this off camera, obviously. This was the layout that I decided to do for John's dad's last day. So it's kind of a smush of all kinds of embellishments from the Maggie Holmes collection, and it just felt like it was a good homage. I didn't do any journaling or anything. I wasn't in that place yet, so but I am including it in my Project Life album. And then this is a layout I previously did, and I think I showed you folks this one. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, so I do include 12 by 12 layouts in my Project Life from time to time, and I even do little things called tip-ins where you may cut one of the sheet protectors so that it's basically like this section, and then you would have 4x6, 2 3x4s, 4x6. So you're basically adding a whole other little element to your page, but it's a great way to add interest and maybe even interactives if that's your thing. So yeah, don't cut out those little extras or the 12 by 12s just because you're doing pocket scrapbooking. It's really nice. All right, as always, thank you for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next video. Bye for now.